Let us remain standing as we call on Pastor Samuel Augustine to lead us in prayer.
Good morning, everyone. The scripture reminds us from the book of Luke chapter 15 and verse 16. It says, "You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruits that will last forever." Father, today we give you thanks and we give you praise. We thank you, O God, for this beautiful Commonwealth of Dominica. A place indeed, O God, where much fruits, O God, much fruits are being grown. We thank you, O God, for our culture. We thank you for our soil. We thank you for our people, God. And we thank you that in every way you continue to demonstrate that you have blessed us. Today, God, as we celebrate Market Day for Difference, we ask, oh God, your blessing upon these proceedings. We ask your blessings, oh God, upon everyone gathered here. And we do pray, oh God, that you'll continue to help us to be strong as Dominican. Remember that we are blessed. Help us to live on, oh God, and continue to declare with all our might that no matter what happens, that this Dominica will never go down. We bless you, God, and we say thank you for all you've given to us in this wonderful Commonwealth of Dominica. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Come closer. Okay, can we have a seat? Her Excellency, the President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Sylvanie Burton and Mr. Burton, Honorable Dr. Irvin McIntyre, Acting Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, other government ministers, permanent secretaries, Chairperson of Dexia Board of Directors, Mr. Nicholas Esprit, and other members of Dexia's board, Pastor Samuel Augustine, Most Reverend Kendrick Forbes, Bishop of the Diocese of Roseau, Pastor Dr. Randy Rodney, President of the Dominica Evangelical Association, other members of the clergy, Mr. Michael Morrow, representing Her Worship Hermine Royer, Mayor of Roseau, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Roseau Market Superintendent, invited guests, vendors, farmers of the Roseau Market, members of the media, good morning. Welcome to Market Day with a Difference 2024 in the city of Roseau. We'll now call on the chairperson of the Dexia's Board of Directors, Mr. Nicholas Esprit, to give the welcome remarks.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam President, welcome. Mr. Burton, welcome. Acting Prime Minister, Dr. McIntyre, welcome. Bishop of Roseau, Pastor Samuel, Pastor Rodney, permanent secretaries, Ambassador of Dominica to China, Ambassador of Dominica to Cuba, welcome. Members of the Board of Directors, Tutmun, welcome to our Market Day with a Difference. Good morning all. Good morning all. Let me first of all take this opportunity to welcome all of you as we host yet another Market Day with a Difference at the Roseau Market, held under the theme of the 46th anniversary of independence, Payinu Kadonu. To all of the hardworking farmers and vendors, not forgetting the customers, we welcome you in a very special way. If you had chosen not to come here to trade, we would not be able to host this event. I welcome you to the Roseau Market. I invite you to support the farmers the farming community by consuming as many local fresh fruits and vegetables as possible. The Roseau Market has always been a hub of activity, providing an outlet for farmers and vendors to trade in a number of fresh agricultural produce and agro-processed items. Recently, we have also seen an increase in the number of people involved in selling items of clothing, art, and other items at this market. To the awardees, Dexia applauds your effort and appreciates you. We recently took over the Roseau Fish Market and have purchased 7,595 pounds of fish at a value of $45,570. We continue to strive in marketing the produce of our farmers. And I just want to give you a short statistics as to our sales. For the period 1st of July to 15th October 2024, Dexia purchased $200,581.20 worth of plantain compared to the very period, that is to say, 1st of July to 15th of October 2023. We purchased $42,690.69.98. That is to say, if you compare the figures, you will see that it's 5-time increase. So the purchase of plantain by Dexia over the same period last year has increased 5-fold. For the same period, the total sales of fresh produce for the same period, that is to say, 1st of July to 15th October 2024, is $737,685.03 compared to the very same period last year was $386,773.73 for the same period. That is an increase of almost double. Note the period in question is only 3.5 months. We would like to thank the government through the Ministry of Agriculture and the Project Implementing Unit, PIU, for the $5 million facility. However, it works as a reimbursement. Dexia has to first pay the farmers, then get reimbursed by the facility. This facility, however, has caused a significant and serious increase in farmer confidence as we pay them within 48 hours. So what happened? When the farmer sells to Dexia, they get paid within 48 hours, and that has significantly increased the confidence of farmers. And we urge farmers to continue planting as Dexia continue to seek and find markets for your produce. Dexia and the Roseau Market Authority has collaborated to put on this activity, especially for you. So please take some time after this ceremony to enjoy the ambience, the sights, the songs of the Roseau Market. Once again, welcome to this year's Market Day with a Difference. Tout le monde, bienvenue. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair, Mr. Esprit, and you've heard it. We are doing great things with agriculture. You've heard the stats for yourself. I apologize for the absence of the Honorable Melissa Popon-Skerrit, Parliamentary Representative for the Roseau Central constituency. At this time, I also apologize for the Honorable Dr. Vince Henderson, who is currently out of state on official business. We will now call on Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Business, Trade and Energy, Mrs. Barbara Daly, to deliver some remarks.
Your Excellency, the President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Mrs. Sylvanie Burton and Mr. Burton, Honorable Dr. Irvin McIntyre, Minister for Finance and Acting Prime Minister, other government ministers, permanent secretaries, and I recognize the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Ryan Ansem, other permanent secretaries, Pastor Samuel Augustine, other members of the clergy, members of the Diplomatic Corps, past chairpersons of the Dexia Board, and the current chair of the board, Mr. Nichols Esprit, Mrs. Paula Plasko, manager of Dexia, awardees, other invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the media, good morning. Market Day for Difference is always a colorful experience. Last Thursday, we brought the curtains down on Tea Village Creole at the Botanic Gardens. A spectacular event, you will agree. And for those of us who visited Creole, Tea Village Creole, we saw a presentation by Dexia unlike any other. I was hoping Dexia would have had that presentation up today so you all could see and understand what it means to bridge the gap, which is what Dexia is doing. How we go from raw material to the supermarket shelves and our consumers. It is therefore important that farmers, agro-processors, fisher folks, and all of us who are stakeholders in this sector understand the importance of our role. By now, you must be in tune with government's ambitious journey to reclaim its position as the food basket of the Caribbean. This endeavor is fueled by the recent policy to attain a contribution of $700 million to GDP from the agricultural and trade sectors by 2030. On the regional front, the effort aligns with CARICOM's objective to reduce food imports to the region by 20% by 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, we all agree that this target, which we have set ourselves, is no doubt an ambitious one. This morning, I will not be too long. I have decided to limit my remarks to three important areas. One, the importance of standards. Two, the importance of quality. And three, the importance of consistency. The importance of standards in fresh produce, to include the blue economy, ensures that our products and services are safe for consumption, hence reducing the foodborne illnesses. Standards also help to maintain a certain level of quality, as it is important for consumer protection and trust, and that makes it easier for trade. Additionally, standards provide guidelines and help farmers develop practices and increase yields, and at the same time protect the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to reintroduce to you the Dominica Bureau of Standards. The work of the Bureau is imperative to the development of national quality standards, which feeds into the superior quality of goods and services provided on the island. This becomes evident when fresh produce and locally manufactured products, for example, are given high commendation on the regional and international markets. The Bureau continues to improve the global competitiveness of Dominica's goods and services through the development of standards. Currently, there are 21 published national standards with a list of others in progress, spanning key industries like agriculture, manufacturing, tourism, health, and safety, among others. Currently, there are 8 draft codes of practice for 7 priority agricultural crops open for public review and feedback. How many of you knew that? They are all on the Bureau's website, but how many farmers, after had this work, go to the Bureau's website? I therefore charge Dexia this morning to collaborate with the Bureau of Standards and the Ministry of Agriculture to ensure that all stakeholders in the sector are knowledgeable of these new codes of practice as a matter of urgency. Secondly, quality. In today's reality, the quality of what you produce is what will determine how long you will remain in the market. Firstly, from a trading standpoint, the quality of what you produce help those on the front line of marketing your products, producing tariff quotas, and non-tariff barriers with the help regulate cost of local produce. Your ability to produce high-quality products also helps the Division of Trade, DEXIA, and the Ministry of Agriculture maintain accurate data and allow for efficient logistics to maintain freshness and quality from farm to table. And most importantly, meeting the expectations of consumers, which is who you are providing for. I encourage you, therefore, to take advantage of DEXIA, not just to pay you in 48 hours, but their other offices and departments funded and equipped by government to help you maintain that level of quality. And finally, I wish to say a few words on the importance of consistency. Consistency in agriculture and in services is essential for several reasons. Predictability of supply, Farmers and markets, particularly the overseas markets, are able to rely on steady flow of products and produce, and this helps stabilize prices and calms anxiety of our consumers. Consistency allows for better planning and more efficient use of resources. In this era of global warming, consistency also helps manage risk by reducing the variability in production outcomes, which is paramount in responding to unpredictable weather and market conditions. In this new platform, with renewed energy and resources to achieve the mandate of contributing $700 million to GDP by 2030, I encourage farmers and all stakeholders in the industry to bear this in mind. If you forget everything I have said this morning, please remember that attaining that goal of $700 million for GDP by 2030 from agriculture, that we have to set ourselves standards, quality, and consistency in all what we produce. Thank you.
We thank the Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Daly, for such insightful knowledge on DEXIA, the Bureau of Standards, and what it means for standards, quality, and consistency, which will assist us in achieving our $700 million goal to GDP by 2030. We also take note, keen interest, of the charge that you have placed with DEXIA, and from today, we will continue and increase our outreach to farmers. We've had the speech from the Permanent Secretary, and we're going to take a little cultural break so we can digest it as the cultural performances will be going on. So we now call on the Petit Savant Cultural Group. The Grand Bay Cultural Group.
The Grand Bay Cultural Group getting set to come on stage as DBS Radio brings you live coverage of Market Day for Difference, Jour la Place et puis au différence in Roseau. And of course, we have had Market Day for Difference in several communities. But the big one, the grand one is today. And cultural performances now. As young people come on stage to grace us with cultural dance. That's the Roseau markets. That's where the biggest activity for the morning session is on in Dominica as we celebrate our 46th year as an independent nation. Our theme, of course, Pays nous, cadeau nous, our country, our gifts.
And over the years, we continue to see the development in culture and the rich dances by the brand new young cultural group. We now call on the Honorable Dr. Irving McIntyre, Acting Prime Minister in the Commonwealth of Dominica, to deliver the address.
Thank you. Let me first recognize Her Excellency, the President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Mrs. Sylvanie Burton and Mr. Burton. Other government ministers, Mrs. Barbara Daly, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Business, Trade and Energy, Mr. Ryan Ansem, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Mrs. Joanne Commodore, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of National Security, other Permanent Secretaries, Pastor Samuel Augustine, Bishop Hendricks Forbes, Pastor Randy Rodney, other members of the clergy, Mr. Michael Morrow, representing Her Worship Ermin Roy, Mayor of the City of Roseau, members of the Diplomatic Corps, past chairperson and members of Dexia's Board of Directors, past General Manager of Dexia, Mrs. Paula Platsko, General Manager of Dexia, Mrs. Kishma Regis Detouche, Roseau Market Superintendent, invited guests, vendors of the Roseau Market, farmers, well-wishers, members of the media, staff of Dexia, a pleasant good morning to everyone gathered here today. I am so pleased to celebrate Market Day with a difference with all of you today. This is another important aspect of our celebrations that highlights the work of our farmers and their contributions to the social and economic well-being of our country. This annual event is a celebration of who we are as a people, our resilience and our heritage. It brings into sharp focus the work done by our agriculturists, our farmers, our fishers, and agro-processors who are responsible for the feeding our nation and contributing to food security. This year's Market Day theme, Pays nous, cadeau nous, reflects our commitment to protecting our heritage and also empowering every sector to ensure their stability and ability to maintain their livelihoods. To our farmers and vendors, you are the backbone of Dominica's economy. Every basket of produce, every handmade craft item, each of your offerings here today represents hours of hard work, resilience, and dedication. I want you to see yourselves as the heroes who bring food to our tables, sustaining not just our bodies, but our spirit of community and the progress of our nation. This Market Day is about celebrating you and recognizing your crucial role in our nation's growth. Today, we proudly honor our hardworking farmers and dedicated vendors who make up the foundation of our food supply chain around Dominica. Your commitment and tireless efforts to bring fresh, local produce to our markets. On this Market Day with a difference, we celebrate each of you. And not only for the produce you provide, but for the essential role you play in Dominica's growth and sustainability. Thank you for your invaluable contributions, and may you continue to thrive and prosper. It is my hope that today's activity serves as a reminder that agriculture and entrepreneurship can help build livelihoods and a better future for Dominica. With innovative practices, sustainable farming, and a keen eye on expanding markets, this sector can continue to be a driver of economic resilience and prosperity. On this note, I wish to acknowledge the efforts of Dexia and its management for the work that they are doing to maintain and identify markets to our farmers' produce overseas. Dexia's proactive approach has not only opened new avenues for exporting our agricultural produce, but has also empowered our farmers with greater opportunities for growth and sustainability. By connecting our high-quality, locally grown produce to broader markets, Dexia is playing a vital role in strengthening our agricultural sector, bolstering the economy, and enhancing food security for Dominica. Part of Dexia's success this year has been the payout of over $2 million to farmers for their produce under the Agricultural Produce Procurement Facility, established to improve the timeliness of payments to farmers and contribute to an increase in agricultural production. I am happy to note that this program has met our objectives as a government to give our farmers every incentive to increase their production and continue to be major players within the agricultural sector. Friends, I wish to take this opportunity to encourage you once again to consume local products and services. This is a call that the Honorable Prime Minister has echoed time and time again, and I am sure you will agree it is the right decision for all of us here. By choosing local, we contribute to a sustainable future for Dominica. We will continue to support the efforts of our farmers, fishers, and vendors in our collective endeavor to increase the consumption of local foods and the purchase of local goods and services. As a government, it is our duty and honor to support initiatives that uplift our local producers. We are committed to increasing access to resources, ensuring fair pricing, and exploring ways to promote local produce beyond Dominica's borders. In Dominica, we are blessed with fertile soil, hard-working people, and a supportive government. Let us commit to sustainable and environmentally conscious practices. Let us aim to bring more innovation to our local markets and to support our farmers with the tools they need to meet international standards. Let us bring the spirit of Market Day into every day, supporting each other and striving for a more prosperous Dominica. I thank you, God bless you, and happy independence to all of you here.
Thank you, Honorable McIntyre, Acting Prime Minister. We note that the $5 million procurement facility has really allowed Dexia to reach out better to the farmers, and that we are very happy that our farmers are really taking advantage of the opportunity and are planting more so we can export more and we can increase our foreign exchange, thereby reducing the income substitution. We now call on Mr. Lloyd Pascal, Head of Export Promotion and Development Department, farmers, vendors, patrons of the Roseau Market, clients of the Roseau Market. Now it's your time to shine. We are awarding you for your hard work. Mr. Pascal?
Thank you very much, Ms. Platsko, and good morning to everyone. Good morning to everyone. I'm usually a person who likes interaction, so that's just me. But today it's all about the vendors, it's all about the farmers, it's all about the people who work here tirelessly in the Roseau market on a weekly basis, ensuring that we have fresh produce available for our consumption. And sometimes we take this lightly, but that's something not to be taken lightly. Because as the chairperson said, if we did not have these people here on a regular basis, we would not have the supply of food items, fresh produce in particular, for our own consumption. The very first award that we want to give out this morning is Farmers, Vendors at the Roseau Market. That's the award is sponsored by Fort Young Hotel. The first place goes to Mrs. Albertine Green Jeremy. Albertine Green Jeremy, all right, just before we hand out the award, let me just read something on behalf of Mrs. Jeremy here. Mrs. Albertine Green Jeremy has been vending at the Roseau Market for over 20 years. She started on a small scale, primarily selling guavas and other produce on behalf of farmers who couldn't come to the market to vend. Through perseverance, she has broadened her horizons and is now a vendor of various agricultural produce. We recognize Mrs. Jeremy for her courtesy, great sense of humor, her timely payments of her dues, and her contribution to the development of the Roseau Market. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Jeremy. You got to take a photo, yeah. Right, the second award goes to, or the second place goes to Miss Deslyn Henderson. Miss Henderson, a widow and mother of 8, is a hardworking and dedicated vendor of almost 30 years at the Roseau Market. She regularly supplies items such as pumpkins, various seasonings, and lettuce, to name a few. Miss Henderson has demonstrated her ability to make all the vendors and her customers happy. We recognize her for contributing to the development of the Roseau Market and the Dominica by extension. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Henderson. We move to the mobile vendor category. This award is sponsored by Fine Foods. I should have said that the previous award was sponsored by Vince Morgan Electrical Services. This award for the mobile vendor is sponsored by Fine Foods Incorporated. The first place in the mobile category is awarded to Stanley and Stephen John Jules from Salisbury. This couple is a regular staple at the Roseau Market. I can attest to that. They are regular suppliers of high quality pineapples, Christophines, Dashin, and others. They are very cordial vendors who are highly respected by all. They have been vendors at the Roseau Market for over 25 years and are known to honor the rules of the market. We are therefore extremely pleased to award Mr. and Mrs. John Jules as first place winners in the mobile vendor category. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mrs. John Jules. I don't see Stephanie. I guess he had to stay to man the stall. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mrs. John Jules. The second place goes to Mr. Franklin Daniel. Mr. Daniel, who hails from the village of Kulbistri, is recognized for his regularity, cheerfulness, and excellent customer relations. The Roseau Market is pleased to award Mr. Daniel for his contributions to trade within our domestic market. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Daniel, is he here? Okay. He's not. Oh, you're the daughter of Mr. Daniel. So you could come take the award on his behalf. So the daughter of Mr. Daniel will accept the award on his behalf this morning. Yeah.
The daughter of Mr.
Thank you very much.
On
We
his
move to
behalf.
the category of butchers, and I know a lot of people look forward to coming here to buy their fresh meats from the butchers. This award is sponsored by the National Development Foundation of Dominica, and we would like to honor today Mr. Brandon Paquette of Pichelin. Mr. Brandon Paquette of Pichelin. We are awarding him the first place for Best Butcher. Mr. Paquette is awarded for his diligent efforts at providing a welcoming environment and quality cuts of meat to his many customers. Mr. Paquette is one of the youngest butchers at the Roseau market and is awarded for his perseverance, respect, and hard work as a butcher. Is Mr. Paquette here, is he? He's maybe working hard out there selling meat. Okay. All right, so let's put our hands together for Mr. Paquette. I'm sure he'll get his award later on. The second place award is sponsored by Fort Young Hotel, and it goes to Mr. Brian Timothy. Brian Timothy. Mr. Timothy, who comes from the village of Mount Prosper. That's your constituency, right, Mr.? Comes from the community of Mount Prosper, has been vending at the Roseau market as a butcher for the past 10 years. His contribution to the sale of fresh meat kinds is significant, particularly since he has proven to be reliable, respectful, and hardworking. The Roseau market salutes Mr. Timothy for his excellent service to the Dominican public. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Timothy, let's make him welcome as he comes. Thank you very much, Mr. Timothy. We move to the categories of shops, and this award is sponsored. This first award is sponsored by Fort Young Hotel again. This year's first place for best shop goes to Miss Claudette John. Miss John is recognized for hard work, commitment, and dedication as a shop owner. Her customer relation skills are noteworthy. Is Miss John here this morning? Miss John? Okay. Miss John, we'll have to collect her award sometime later. The second place goes to Miss Rosamond Payne, and this award is sponsored by Jackson & Sons and Flossie Joseph. So you see all of our clients who buy from us, they also make some awards to our people. So thank you very much, Miss Payne. Miss Payne is self-employed, operating a shop at the Roseau Market for over 20 years. Miss Payne is one of the Roseau Market's loyal clients who is soft-spoken and serves the customers with humility, providing excellent customer service. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Payne. Thank you very much, Miss Payne. The youngest vendor. This award is sponsored by J. Stephens and Company Limited and the Glam. And it goes to Miss Andrea Charles. Miss Andrea Charles is the youngest vendor registered at the Roseau Market, vending for over 14 years. And she sells produce from her farm and is a member of the Mount Prosper Women's Women Action Group. Let's have it for Miss Charles. Thank you very much. I'm always very thrilled when I see young people involved in agriculture. Fish vendors. This award is sponsored by the Aid Bank and will be presented to 2 fish vendors who have been vending fresh fish daily at the Roseau Fish Market for over 20 years. First of all, we would like to call Miss Francisca Javier. Let's put our hands together for Miss Javier. I'm sure all of you know this face. Thank you very much, Ms. Javier. And the second person we'd like to call, is Miss Alex Peter. Come on, let's put our hands together for Miss Alex Peter. Thank you very much, Miss Peter. Thank you. Thank you for your diligence and your commitment. We have some awards now. We're moving to the multipurpose pack house, and where we deal directly with farmers. So awards to farmers who supply agricultural produce to the multipurpose pack house. This year, the MPPH recognizes a few outstanding farmers who have supported the work of the MPPH in delivering quality, fresh agricultural produce. This award is sponsored by WUSC and Dexia. The WUSC is a project that is ongoing here. It's a project that's supported by the Canadian government and also other agencies. The first award is presented to Glenroy Samuel. And this morning, the mother of Glenroy Samuel is going to come to accept the award on his behalf. Mr. Samuel was born in Roseau. I'm just going to read a little bit about him. In 1970 to parents who hailed from the village of La Plaine. He attended the Roseau Boys School as part of his early education before returning to his native village of La Plaine at the age of 18. He began growing bananas and became engaged in the banana industry, selling to the Dominica Banana Marketing Corporation, DBMC, and subsequently to Fair Trade. Due to the decline of the banana industry, he decided to diversify into plantains. Mr. Samuel presently cultivates 2 acres of plantains and is a constant supplier of quality plantains to Dexia since 2020. Let's put it together for Mr. Samuel. This second award is also sponsored by WUSC and Dexia, and it goes to Mr. Julius Lamoff. Mr. Julius Lamoff. 37-year-old Mr. Lamoff attended the Clifton Government School, primary school, followed by the Portsmouth Secondary School, where his interest in agriculture began. He then continued his education at the Business Training Center, BTC. Mr. Lamoff began farming plantains and then diversified into passion fruits. Additionally, he cultivates kush, tanya, sweet peppers, sweet potatoes, and pumpkins. Currently, his main crop is passion fruits, and he has 2 acres of passion fruits established. He has been supplying Dexia with high-quality passion fruits for over 5 years, and these passion fruits are used for pulping. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Mason, who is going to accept on behalf of Mr. Lamoff. Thank you very much. By the way, Mr. Mason is our Deputy manager, is it? Operations manager, sorry. Assistant operations manager at the Portsmouth facility, Portsmouth multipurpose facility. Right, we move to a female farmer this time. The award is sponsored by Wuscondex here again. And this time we call on Mrs. Marion Canoville. Marion Canoville. I've heard that name so many times in agriculture. Marion Canoville. Mrs. Canoville was born in 1952 and started her early education at the Campbell Primary School and then moved on to the Goodwill Junior High School. Mrs. Canoville and her husband, Joseph Canoville, entered into agriculture by cultivating bananas for export, which at the time was the major cash crop grown island-wide. Her diversification into dasheen production was gradual and consistent, slowly reducing her reliance on banana production. Despite selling to other customers, Mrs. Canoville has reliably provided Dexia with quality dasheen since the early 2000s, typically delivering between 1,500 to 2,000 pounds of dasheen. Currently, Mrs. Canoville farms a 4-acre plot of land at Bells, with her primary crop being dasheen, which covers about 2 acres. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Mrs. Canoville. Doesn't seem that she's here today, but we do appreciate the efforts of Mrs. Canoville. This next award is sponsored by J.R. Funds and Company Limited, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited, and Dexia. And it goes to Mr. Joseph Bethelmy. Mr. Joseph Bethelmy. Mr. Joseph Bethelmy was born on December 22nd, 1960 and attended the Calibishi Primary School. In Calibishi, Mr. Joseph successfully farms a 5-acre plot with 4 of those acres devoted to banana cultivation. He entered the banana industry in the 1980s, with banana being his main crop for 38 years. In recent years, he has diversified into the production of plantain, yams, tanier, and dasheen, lessening his reliance on bananas. During the past 8 years, Mr. Bethelmy has continuously supplied the Portsmouth Multipurpose Packhouse with quality produce and makes deliveries every 2 weeks. That is so significant. Thank you, Mr. Bethelmy. We appreciate you, Mr. Bethelmy. Thank you so much. We now move to a long service award, and this award is sponsored by Pure Bliss, Fine Foods Incorporated, and Auto Trade. The long service award is presented to Mrs. Philomena Paquette, more affectionately known as Philo by many of her customers. And she's my go-to person when I want to buy stuff in the market. One of them, at least. Mrs. Paquette has over 50 years of service as a vendor at the Roseau market. She is a weekly seller of a wide variety of fresh produce, all grown on her farm at Macaton in Grand Bay. Mrs. Paquette is a well-respected and very cordial, easygoing individual who takes much pride in ensuring that all her customers are satisfied. She goes out of her way to supply food items wherever they are required. The Roseau Market is extremely proud to award Mrs. Philo Paquette with our Long Service Award. Mrs. Paquette, thank you so much. Let's put our hands together, give her a very big round of applause. Thank you so much, Philo. Okay, now we move to a few awards. We're winding down here. We have a few awards that are going to be presented. Well, the awards will be presented at a later date, but we'll be naming the persons who have been judged today as the best dressed vendor and so on, best decorated staff. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. So we'll start first of all with the best dressed vendor. The best dressed vendor, and that goes to Besky Gabriel. He's one of our Haitian nationals, but he's been serving here at the Roseau Market, and he was so well clad this morning when I passed around and saw him. I don't know if he's here right now, but he must be manning his booth, his stall right now. But Besky Gabriel, let's put our hands together for him. And the second award for Best Dressed Vendor will go to Lucian Matthew. Lucian Matthew, she sells just around the corner. Again, she may be busy with her sales this morning, so we won't take her away from that. But we just want to recognize her. So let's put our hands together for Lucian Matthew. The Best Dressed Stall goes to Macula Kade Jolie. And that is one of our Haitian nationals as well. She sells somewhere on the other side over there. And she has taken time to really go out of her way to get her stall all decorated with a lot of stuff, all the madras, everything. So let's put our hands together for Miss Jolie. And the last award, we have the Best Dressed Patron. And we have two persons, Mr. Isaac Andre. I'm not sure if he's still here, but Isaac Andre, we saw him this morning all clad in his national wear, his tie and everything, you know, coming to the market. I was really impressed when I saw him. And Isaac Andre, and also we have Miss Janet Birmingham. I'm not sure if she's still here. She's somebody who lives at Pottersville. So let's put our hands together for the two of them, and we'll inform them as they come to Dexia at a later date to collect their prizes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Ms. Platsko.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pascal, and once again, congratulations to all the awardees. We have a few tokens that we would like to present. The first token, one of the exhibitors and agro-processors are going to present to Her Excellency a gift basket of their products that they produce and manufacture, and that is Chef 6 natural products. So, Your Excellency. Honorable McIntyre. Okay, I now call on the chair of Dexia so he can present some of our tokens from Dexia. Okay, so Your Excellency, we will present a fruit basket to Your Excellency, and this fruit basket complements the Chinese Agricultural Mission, so all our fruits are local fruits in there. It's very heavy.
Bringing you live coverage of Market Day for Different to the Roseau markets. Presentation of tokens. Just see Her Excellency, the President of Dominica, Sylvani Burton, DH.
And we always encourage persons to farm, to grow tree crops, so we can continue in our quest for achieving $700 million contribution from agriculture to GDP. So now we are going to give some tree crops. So, Mr. Burton.
Burton. Mr. Burton receiving a tree crop.
So we
as
have
part
a
of the
papaya
presentation.
tree and a grape tree.
Presentation of tokens of appreciation from Dexia.
Honorable McIntyre, Acting Prime Minister.
Very customary in recent years, the presentation of tree crops, of course, Market Day for Difference, well fitting for
So Honorable McIntyre, this is your first time with us, and so we're hoping next year you can tell us
ceremony.
the progress of your grape tree.
Acting Prime Minister Honorable McIntyre just received his tree crop.
Permanent Secretary Barbara Daly. Permanent Secretary will receive a tree, a soursop tree or a sugar apple tree, because she loves fruits. Okay, Mr. Esper, while your job here is over, we'll be able to stay because we are going to present you also with a tree. So we want next year you to tell us the status of your tree. Okay. Pastor Samuel Augustine, for blessing us with the Lord's presence, we're going to present you with a local fruit basket. We now call on the Grand Bay Cultural Group to give us another presentation, and this time it's a ballet.
Don't forget me, you know. The Grand Bay Cultural Group getting set to present in Bele this morning at the Roseau Market. Very lovely, the ladies beautifully dressed. Grand Bay always representing very well. And of course, the cultural capital of Dominica, that's what we call Grand Bay. Some people say it's unofficial, but Grand Bay, of course, continues to really showcase our cultural heritage in every aspect, in ballet, in portrayal, in so many other things. That Grand Bay is always at the forefront of this. Bringing you live coverage of Market Day for Difference at the Roseau Market, very significant contribution to Dominica's independence celebrations. Every year, of course, Market Day for Difference, we have at various communities. In Portsmouth, we had recently in Marigot, in Maho, you know, but the grand one is this one, the last Saturday in the month, preceding, of course, our Independence Day.
Yes. Well, of course,
Well,
Independence
the way
Day
it
would
fell
be
this year, so it's kind of
Right,
different because
yeah.
next week Saturday is the second. But yes, a very, very important ceremony here today as we observe our 46th anniversary of independence.
Yes,
Peinu, Kadunu,
yes.
Joseph,
Yes.
Serafin Edrington, you have been here. I'm sure you two are impressed with what you are
Oh,
seeing.
very much, very much. And I'm going to see the young people, you know, doing the cultural dances. I think, you know, our culture cannot die.
So the drum has started.
Yes.
And the dancers are going up front now. The Grand Bay, always representing. Very beautiful creation, dressed in their sheep.
Very much so.
Blue, the predominant
But-
color on the skirts, and
Well, you know,
some other
every
rainbow colors as well.
year we see there's something different, you know, in the dressing. Really,
That tells
really
about
nice.
our variety of our culture, the variety of the culture. There are different creation, different fabric, you know.
Yeah.
A lot has gone into how the dancers are dressed these days. Okay, so they are now up front, Grand Bay. The Shatwell and the rest of the crew taking their position at the mic, of course. Another important aspect of Bel Air is the Shatwell and how long the Shatwell, loud, in fact, the Shatwell can sing.
You can
And
sing
the
with
lyrics
it.
as well.
You have sung?
If I've sung as
Yeah,
a Shatwell, well, I've tried something. to that.
amé. La salle matama, c'est on la salle, moi si content. La salle matama, c'est on la salle, moi si amé. Aïe, si moi teni l'argent, moi t'ai acheté. La salle matama, c'est abouillé.
La salle matama, c'est on la salle, moi si amé. La salle matama, c'est on la salle, moi si content. La salle matama, c'est on la salle, moi si amé. Aïe, si moi teni l'argent, moi t'ai acheté. La salle matama, c'est abouillé.
what a performance, what a performance. There's something about the ballet in particular that really thrills me, Josette, and especially when the young people, are partaking in this.
And I think the young one was no more than 11 years old. She looked like 11, 12. And I mean, this is Grand Bay, and people really expect everything cultural that the Grand Bay people can do.
Oh, yes. So what really stands out for me, I mean, I love all the cultural dances. I
Yes.
just love our cultural heritage. But for me, the high point is the fact that the young people,
Yes,
have gravitated
yes.
towards this,
Yeah.
and the older folks they have passed the baton down.
Yes,
So you
yes.
had Orion and you had Matutu and Adrian Henderson.
Yeah.
And now look at what the young people are doing. So for me, that is really the highlight of our cultural
Yeah,
heritage.
and I've seen some of them actually doing the instruments, playing the instruments, and that is very, very important.
Of Dominica. I now call on the Roseau Market Superintendent, Mrs. Kishma Regis Detush, to give the vote of thanks.
Kishma Regis Detush. Young person as well.
Yeah.
Good morning, all. Imagine what resonated with me after the song. The dance was the part that said, Yampe nou kamaje, sa se kolte nou, palaje. That's so nice. All right, okay. On behalf of Dexia and the Roseau Market Authority, I wish to express heartfelt thanks to everyone who contributed in one way or the other in staging of today's Market Day with a difference. Yeah, the Roseau Market. Thank you to Her Excellency, Mrs. Sylvanie Burton, the President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mr. Burton. Your presence is always appreciated. To the Acting Prime Minister, Mr. Irvin McIntyre, thank you for celebrating with us and gracing us with your presence today. Mrs. Barbara Daly, Permanent Secretary, representing the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Business, Trade and Energy. We are indeed very pleased that you have accepted our invitation to be present with us and for delivering the remarks. We have taken note of the many critical areas which you have outlined for the future development of the Roseau Market as it relates to trade. Mr. Ryan Ansem, Acting Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Business, Trade and Energy. To other members of Cabinet, parliamentarians, members of the Diplomatic Corps, dignitaries and other special invited guests, a special thank you for your attendance. Thank you. Pastor Samuel Augustine, thank you for leading us in prayer. We are indeed blessed by your prayers and general invocation. Pastor Dr. Randy Rodney, President of the Dominica Evangelical Association, past chairperson and member of Dexia Board of Directors, Ms. Hannah Clarendon, past general manager of Dexia, Mr. Gregory Thomas, to the many hardworking farmers who, despite the challenges experienced in the agricultural sector, you still continue to provide this great service of producing quality agricultural produce to feed our nation. Thank you very much for your dedication, determination, and perseverance. We implore you to continue with your commitment to building a resilient nation through your service. To all our many vendors who continue to provide this great service of supplying quality produce, and to the consumers, we say a big thank you. The Roseau Market is always also served by a large number of Haitian nationals who are vendors. Jodi là, nous les dit merci pour tout ça ou qu'a fait, c'est haïtien. A number of corporate citizens have over the years been providing support in cash and kind, thus ensuring the success of the annual Market Day with a Difference in Roseau. Let me take this opportunity to acknowledge the contribution of a few corporate sponsors who have supported the Roseau Market despite the present economic challenges. First of all, we would like to thank the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Fort Young Hotel, Jungle Bay, Vince Morgan Electrical Services, WUSC, AgriSale, Dominica Electricity Services, Aid Bank, J. Astevans and Company Limited, Pure Bliss, Luxurious Loose, Dyer and Dyer, Fine Foods Inc., Auto Trade, National Development Foundation of Dominica, The Glam, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited, Jackson and Sons, Flossie Joseph, Crown Island Consultants, National Bank of Dominica, Cochrane Women's Group, Dominica Social Security, Jolly's Pharmacy, DBS Radio, Kyrie FM, Flow, Digicel, and the Chinese Agricultural Station. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Merci, merci, merci. Gracias, gracias, gracias. We are always very grateful for your contribution and support. To the awardees, we trust that you will appreciate our small token of appreciation and that you will see this as an opportunity for you to improve on your product offering, thereby exceeding your customers' expectations. To our many valued consumers, you continue to make it happen every year. You continue to shop and patronize the Roseau Market and support the numerous services being offered here. The chairperson, Mr. Nicholas Esprit, and members of the board of directors, thank you for your presence. I hope you plant that soursop tree, and I hope within 3 or 4 years I'll be eating some soursop from that tree. To the many Dominicans and visitors, we welcome you to the Roseau Market and invite you to patronize the wide variety of goods and services which are available. You are the very reason we continue to operate the Roseau Market. We look forward to your continued patronage. To our performers, Mr. John Baptiste, for your splendid rendition of the national anthem on the steel pan, the patriotic dancers of Grand Bay led by Miss Bella Lifam, and the veteran 7 who will provide entertainment during the course of the day. We say a big thank you for your cultural presentation today. We appreciate that you continue to portray love for our traditional music and culture. To the members of the press and various media houses, thank you for your presence and for sharing this activity with your many listeners, viewers, and readers. This activity could not have been possible without the effort of the hard-working committee, staff of the Roseau Market, and the planning team led by our general manager, Ms. Paula Platsko. Every year you contribute significantly to planning and staging this activity. Thank you for your support and cooperation and ensuring that this activity was staged successfully. And to all our many visitors and friends, do continue to enjoy the ambience and the many different sights and songs of the Roseau Market. We trust that you will spend some time interacting with the vendors and traders and patronizing the shops as well. Do continue to enjoy the rest of the day's activity, keeping in mind this year's theme, Peinu, Kadonu, our country, our gift. May God continue to bless the Commonwealth of Dominica. Happy 46th anniversary of independence.
What can I say after such a vote of thanks? We have Mrs. Marian Canoville. She was a bit late, but she's here, and so we would like to recognize her and present her with a certificate. So I call on Dr. McIntyre. Come, Mrs. Canoville.
But she's up front now to receive her certificate from the acting Prime Minister, Dr. McIntyre, dressed, of course, in her Creole attire. She has contributed immensely to the development of the Roseau Market.
This concludes official ceremony.
Of course, in terms of
a tour of the Roseau market. Thank you
contribution in terms of her as a vendor, of course. So the official segment of this ceremony is now over. We just heard the vote of thanks and then, of course, a rap from Ms. Paula Plasko, the General Manager of Dexia.
So we would be going around at this time.
Well, Joseph, even before we go around, let's just recap some of the major items in terms of the program that really transpired here. As far as the program is concerned, Joseph, the awards, the presentation of awards, Best Butcher Award. You know, you have people the longest serving vendor at the Roseau Market. So
And
many
then,
awards are presented.
and then the youngest man
Right,
in,
and
in
this is the highlight
agriculture.
of it.
Yes.
The fact that the Roseau Market Authority can continue to see this fit to award people who continue to make a significant contribution in their own way to the development of the markets. Joseph.
Well, for a long time we have been seeing the seniors, you know, the older persons getting the certificates and stuff like that. But right now we do definitely have some young people.
There's a mix, and a lot of young people are involved in this. And this speaks well for the agriculture sector in Dominica, the fact that young people have embraced this. We have so many young entrepreneurs, you know, and other people who are very young and really skillful as well, and realize the importance of their participation in agriculture. So you really have to say hats off to our young people.
Very much so. But you see, what I don't highlight, you know, for other young people. But I didn't know you were doing it. And you know, maybe they just like you know, because people will say there's not young people. And I know for sure there are quite a few young people who have a land and growing their fruit.
Yes, so in terms of economic experience, the user looking at some of the vendors as well. So in the vicinity that we are, they got a few stores here. So the nice time at the Roseau Market. You know, a section is stocked up for the ceremony and some events. And right makes sense to say we are obviously have so many stores.
Yes. I'm talking about the juices. They're all, you know, all types, whether it's alcohol or just juices. But everything is local here. Well, we are not able to go through that around.
So let's see how much we can talk to us. And when you come on with your chef, 60 days, we'll go somewhere and just say, we'll do it for 1 year. You're going to a store.
You got big name, I always think of this fashion, good hair. Yeah. Yes, definitely. Come and get just fashion especially. And black pudding. So how long have you been doing this work?
I'm back in everybody know me as well. That's fashion lady. Fashion is like 16 pounds. My mother was only right there, they come from mother. So I qualified for 40 to 50 years on my own. I'm on a fast for it. So when you, well, I want to retire, but my summer, like, if you got my own, I don't want fashion. They are the ones that ask me on money. I'm ready to retire, but my customers, and they take me what I am today, so I cannot give up on them.
Any idea you would give if you want?
The only thing, I come from the old market to the new market, so I am one of the old generation.
It don't look so.
Yes, I come with my mother from the old market by the bank over to the new market.
So, let me tell you. So where you come from? What village?
Yes.
And you left to
I left, I went over, I got my little boy and I come back home. My father was sick, then my mother died, so I'm just here on my own doing.
So how was your sale today?
Oh, great. I never complain.
Because I always know you always go empty.
Right. I am so happy to be here, and it's my birthday, and I'm enjoying it.
Happy birthday! Very much. Thank you. Okay then. Bye.
All right, so we continue here at the Roseau Market, and let's see how much more we can capture if it's possible. DBS Radio bringing you live coverage of Roseau Market today with a different Jula Plus, APO DFEWAS, and quite a few people are here. Of course, a lot of people dressed in the fabric of the, of course, our culture, the mattress, and other floral prints as well. As we observe this big day today, Dominica celebrating 46 years as an independent nation. So Joseph, let's see how far we can go as we continue to show you sights and songs, and we continue as well to speak with people with Market Day for Difference. Chef, 6 natural products. I know your wife is the one taking the I know your wife is the one taking control as far as promoting this. But tell us, how do you feel at this time?
My daughter, Amber.
Yes, she's fine. Tell us about your display here this morning.
Well, we have several products, Chef 6 natural products, and we have products from up till that's going up to 2 decades. I've been manufacturing wines and punches, manpower, garlic syrup, cayenne pepper, for eczema, for all sorts of conflicted diseases that you have. We have products everything, rosemary, we have hemp oil, we have all the oils you can think of.
You started quite a few years ago. What can you say about business from the time you started to now?
Well, I think if they were promoting buying local, we would be able to survive as manufacturers. But because they're not putting emphasis on buying local, we kind of suffering. Because most times, when I have to manufacture one thing to one event, it costs me $3,000 to $4,000. Then I'm not coming out with that money. So I keep on losing money instead of making money. So if they put emphasis on buying local products, we will be able to survive. It has enough people to survive, to buy and for to survive. But because people are not buying local stuff, they believe more on foreign stuff and all that kind of stuff. So we're suffering.
What is the bright side though for you? What is the bright side?
Well, the bright side, I just continue to do what I do because I love to do that. I think it's in our family. We have about 3 pharmacists in our family that are long gone. So in other words, the thing that in the family, doing herbal products and medicine.
All right, so let me wish you all the best for the rest of the independent season. And Joseph, you want to ask a question?
Yes, I want to question because I am. Is this really a guava or a pear? So it's different.
All right, so Chef 6 natural products as we continue to, of course, broadcast on Market Day with a difference. And Chef 6 natural products, let me just get an idea as to some of the items that you have on display here this morning.
I didn't see you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, excuse me.
Just give me an idea. Yes, I understand. Just give me an idea as to the products you have on display.
We have local juices, we have local punches, essential oils, we have for skin, for hair, bodily pains, for colds, for foods, for wrinkles, we have something for everyone. We have the 3 lines of local punches. We have peanut, we have sorrel, and we have lime. We have the cold and flu reliever, we have the musco, we have the circulation rub. If you have bodily pains or you have an injury, if somebody has a back pain, you use the circulation rub. We have it in a cream and in a liquid. We have the shea butter with 7 different oils basil for the hair, the skin, and the scalp. You can use it to massage, you can use it to max as well. You can use it for your hair as well. And we have, of course, our local juices. We have the sorrel, we have the melon lemon, which helps me olive oil, castor oil, coconut oil. We also have our newest oil on the market, the tutti oil. We have also the facial cleanser. It's used for removing marks. You can use it for aftershave. You can use it for pimple if you just want to clean your face.
I think we'll have a special program with you, but I
No
must
problem.
congratulate you for doing this as a young person and continue to sustain it.
Thank you very much.
All right, so of course, but here's my juice. Thank you.
So we can be rich at once.
Right.
That's what
Okay, so let's see if we can just reach another vendor as we continue to.
There is someone who comes. Hello, Primrose.
Hi, Primrose.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Okay, happy Independence.
Oh, it's great. It's great. So I'm Primrose Matthew from New York, and I'm here at the DBS Center enjoying the festive. I'm an old
DBS member. What is what you have to say?
Well, continue to enjoy, my dear. Well, continue to enjoy.
Thank you very much, and listen to you. Everybody look wonderful, and I'm so excited and happy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Enjoy the local foods, of course.
That's it. Thank you, dear.
All right, let me see if we can talk to someone else who is vending and he has a stall. Let me see if I can talk to him for him to give us an idea as to what he has here. Just give us an idea as to what you have on display and, of course, your name.
My name is William Sandwich.
And tell us what you have on display.
Okay, I'm displaying processed product from Dexter Multipurpose tobacco. We have hot pepper mash, we have dashing chunk, we have passion fruit ball. Now, underneath the Dexter support program, we have farmers delivering those products and fresh produce to the tobacco. And when we reach volumes exceeding export, we process it so that it can be sold locally, even regionally also. Especially the passion fruit ball, we have been shipping quite a bit of it to the French market of Guadeloupe and Martinique, or Guadeloupe. And we say special thanks to the Oxlers because they have been doing an excellent job. So far, for the year, we have sent out almost 350 pins at 40 pounds in a pin to the French country of Guadeloupe.
What is the main challenge, though?
The main challenge is, how should I put it? Availability, consistent availability of the produce. Sometimes there are periods within the year when it's low, and there are periods when it's high. And most times when it's high, sometimes you don't always get the market to consume for what you want. So that's why in processing is a very good thing. So we can be doing that, and we're serving it for the periods when we have that low.
All right, we wish you all the best. And what I'm also very much proud about is the fact that we have a lot of young people involved in agriculture, and I'm sure you see that as well from your standpoint. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, but in certain communities, but yes, I'm very much happy about it because they are the future. When the elders go, we need the young ones to come up to fulfill their position. You understand? So I'm very much happy when I see a young person come in my office and say, "Sir, I want your help. I'm going to plant." And then I give my guidance as to what I feel they should do based on the questions that I ask them.
So happy Market Day and happy Independence as well.
Thank you very much, and same to you.
All right, thank you. So let's just see if we can capture one more, Josette. Yes. One more. Hi, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
Tell us about your display. Tell us your name as well.
Okay, well, my name is Miriam, and I have this product. We have this product. It's called Roseau Rub. It's a natural pain relief rub. So it's for all like joint pain, muscle pain, like your back pain. If you're a farmer, at the end of the day, you know you're tired, your muscles are all worked up. It's also good for relaxation. If you're just getting a massage, it's also perfect for that. It comes in two forms, in an oil and an ointment. Also, we have this new, for the athletes, we have the spot sample. So as they are going, they can carry. It's a spray. So you know during their athletic training, you know, whatever they experience of muscle, they can use it. So it's distributed at Quick Care Pharmacy as for medical center. And it's made from cannabis seed oil, rosemary, peppermint, moringa, all naturally made right here in Dominica. And we have the pharmacies who formulate it right here, so you could maybe have a whatever, so she could give you more details.
How long have you been involved in this?
Well, we're about a year and some a few months.
And what are the reviews like? What are people saying?
Excuse me?
What are people saying about your product?
Well, actually, most people that have used it have said that they have experienced instant relief from pain. But we encourage that you can use it 2 to 3 times a day. It's not toxic. You can use it as much as you like. Some people say they use it as their perfume because it smells good too. So most people that have used it, I myself have used it, and I have experienced relief. So we recommend that every home in Dominica, we want them to have a rewards room in their medicine cabinet. So come down to Quick Care Pharmacy, or today we have special prices, so they can come and get their special prices.
Okay, well, thank you for that. And you got a number, give us a number. You're on the website and you're on social media as well.
Well, like I was saying, you could maybe talk to the pharmacist so she could give you more details on number and stuff like that.
Okay, let me see if I can get away from the pharmacist. I know we can't go as far as we would like to because of some limitations this morning. But hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine, how are you doing?
I'm fine myself.
Okay, wonderful.
So tell us about what you have.
Okay, so what we have here today is an all-pain, it's an all-natural pain reliever, and it's called Rewards Rub. And we use the word rub because of the action that is required. But we have it in the formulation of an oil, an ointment, and a spray. And it can be used for chronic and acute pains, muscles, joints, knee, nerves, commonly inflammation from arthritis, as we're accustomed of calling it. It can be used as often as necessary because there is no limit as in synthetic pharmaceuticals. So you can use it 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day. We have great testimonials with persons who have used it before. We have individuals who use it for headaches, periodic pains, and use it for sleep relaxation. So it's made locally, produced by a pharmacist, and it's an excellent choice for your pains, back, knee, shoulder, just name it.
And you have it in one size, one small bottle?
We have the oil currently as a 15 ml, 1.5. We have the ointment as a 30 gram and a 60 gram. And we have the sports formula for the people out there in the sports that don't have to rub in. You can just spray it on while you're on the field. And that's in an 80 ml bottle.
Okay. Well, all the best to you. Let me say thanks to you. By the way, what are the reviews like though? You say well, people like it and they come for it. But generally from since it started?
Oh, it's been a year over now. We were here last year as well. And the reviews are exceptional. I mean, I am in awe by some reviews, like some people who've been bedridden for a little bit and who was actually be able to move their hands from a fall and wasn't able to move their hands. We have people who speak of spondylitis and cervical spondylitis for over a year, have never gotten results and relief from the pains, and today they can move. I mean, we have videos and a lot of testimonials to support the reviews here.
Okay, well, let me thank you and success in your business.
Thank you very much.
Happy Independence as well.
And happy Independence to you. Thank you.
So yes, we continue at the Roseau Market. Very soon we'll wrap up our outside broadcast. As we brought you this morning the ceremony to observe Market Day for Difference. Julian and Place et puis DP was at the Roseau Market in Dominica, put on by Dexter and the Roseau Market Authority. And we are coming to the end of this outside broadcast as well. And it was really, really a pleasure to do this with you here. It's very, very hot this morning. And we're going to the end of our broadcast. TBS Radio, there's a lot more we have to cover, of course. Tonight we will be at the Windsor Park Stadium to bring you live coverage of Night 2 of the World Creole Music Festival. We'll also be there tomorrow as well, tomorrow Sunday, to bring you Night 3, but tomorrow the stage will start earlier. And TBS Radio on support the action, Independence Day on the 3rd, as we celebrate 46 years of independence. Dominica, 46 years, Peinu, Kadonu. It was really a good ceremony here at the Roseau Market, and it was really a pleasure to bring this to you. I know our technicians today have had a run for the independence celebrations from one function to the next, but that's what we do it, especially during the festive season, Josette.
Yeah, well, yes, what I am like though is seeing our people come in, you know, they want to do everything, and it's not everything that because it's so many things events they have. And if I may just say something for the Girl Guides Association of St. Vincent, they send them over around 16 girls, brownies, and one guide, and the parents and the leaders, and they have touched everywhere in Dominica. So they say they like to Dominica, they want to come back, although they have no relatives here. but then it was good. So we meet different people who say, I just want to come for the Curl World Festival, you know, but doing that, they were still here for a whole week. So it's very...
That's good that, you know, the girl guys can partake in this as well.
Yes.
Coming from abroad. We
Yes.
welcome everybody to take part in our independence celebrations. We are very hospitable people, obviously. And for us, you know, we welcome people.
Yes. So it's been good because we just brought some way who's that with Primrose, I can't remember her last name. She was the secretary at DBS for a very long time. I mean, since in the days, you know, and then she says, man, everybody look the same. I say, okay, thank you.
All right, so the activities continue at the Roseau Market. You know, the main section, of course, where a lot of produce are on display. You know, a lot of stores, vendor stores, you know, people dressed in the Madras fabric and, you know, the lovely floral prints as well, as we celebrate as a people. So the activities will continue throughout the day. Market Day with a difference. And it was really a pleasure to bring this live to you, TPS Radio. On behalf of our technicians on duty, we had a big crew, a large crew. Earlier on, we had the chief engineer, Dean Thomas. We also have...
so we just have to...
Aaron Wilshire, and we also have Dennis Nichols. And it was a pleasure to bring this live to you. Ivona John Baptist Luge on behalf of Joseph Seraphin Edrington. You want to close, Joseph, and say something?
Well, just encouraging our people to buy local. You know, the gentleman was saying maybe there was a... But I think people get more educated. So that's what it is. So anyway, happy anniversary, 46 years independence. My name is Joseph Seraphin Edrington.
All right, so
have a
all
good
the
day.
best, and that's where we sign off and we go back to the Ted Daily Studio, DBS Radio.